Aloha y'all, and welcome back to my channel. It gets more awkward every time because I'm never sure how I should do it. Alright, so I am finally jumping on the bandwagon of a tag that has since come and gone because I am lazy and cannot be bothered. I'm gonna try to be bothered today, and I'm gonna try to do, because we gotta just keep this going. Y'all saw on the thumbnail. We're gonna be doing 20 products from 20 brands in 20 minutes or under. I believe this was created by Jen Luvs Reviews. If it wasn't, let me know down below, but let's just go right on into this. First product is sort of more of a preference-based one, but that would be the Fenty Pro Filter Foundation. Y'all know that shiz did not like my face, or my face did not like it. It was the driest, crackiest, nastiest, awfulest mess. I felt like my face was dry for like 12 days after using it. That was most definitely a no-go. Urban Decay Naked Highlighter, Naked Illuminated Highlighter in Fireball. Now, I like me a glittery highlighter. I like the other incarnations of the Naked Illuminated, but this one, y'all would have seen, I reviewed it like way back when it was released. And this thing, you could like drag your whole face all up in it, and all it gave you was the littlest, slightest, effervescent epitome of fairy fart glitter that didn't adhere to your face. It wasn't cute, it wasn't nice, it accentuated texture. Not a fun time. The Kat Von D Fetish collection, particularly the eyeshadow and the blush face highlighter palette. Y'all, that shiz was awful. Y'all know, you see my review, that was the one thing that put my little face kind of, maybe, possibly, on the map. Who knows? But it was awful. Definitely not Kat Von D quality. Chalky, not pigmented, powdery. I don't know what went wrong, because y'all, I will leave my video about that down below. Y'all know I'm usually a huge advocate for holiday releases, and this was just like the biggest dud of the year. Too Faced White Chocolate Bar. I bought this because I have an obsessive need to collect collections. The quality is complete trash. The color scheme is one of the most uninspired color schemes to ever grace an eyeshadow palette. It is just absolutely all kinds of awful. I literally look at it and I'm like, I keep you because your packaging is cute AF. I keep you because I spent $49 on you, but that's the only reason I hadn't taken you out and just like sacrificed you to the makeup gods. Wet n Wild Water Balm Stick. This was supposed to be like a primer, skincare, something going on. Did not hydrate. All it did was leave this nasty, disgusting, chunky, tacky mess on my face that when I put foundation on over it, it was like, well, you got something on under your foundation. And when I used it just on its own, I just looked like I had really bad skin. Makeup Revolution, Glow Revolution Prime Set Glow. I say in parentheses because while this will make you glow, it isn't so much from a healthy, beautiful complexion as it is from a pound of glitter being sprayed onto your face and your clothes and the walls and the ceiling and the atmosphere all around you. There's glitter all up and everywhere. I mean, if glitter is the herpes of makeup, then this particular product is the herpes of just any makeup product. Jeffree Star lip liners. They dry, they patchy, they dry out even worse on your lips, and they ain't cute. Pacifica Crystal Infused Spray. Now, while I liked the thought behind this, the whole like, oh, well, we're gonna put little plastic crystals in your skincare to make you feel like you're doing something which it probably totally isn't doing. But hey, it looks pretty on the gram. But like literally this stuff did absolutely nothing for me. I was like, spritz, spritz, spritz. I feel all kinds of ethereal. But I did not look ethereal. I just know. It was basically glorified water with placebo crystals placed within it. Lime Crime Venus Extra Large 2. The one was fantastic. The one is one of my holy grail red palettes. The 2 is a pathetic, non-pigmented travesty of a could have been awesome green themed grungy palette. Quality was inconsistent, all while the packaging was stunning. Everything else was just a big fat disappointment. Melt Cosmetics Impulsive Palette. Now, while I've only tried a certain amount of products from Melt Cosmetics, the one that disappointed me the most would be this palette. Now, while the shimmers were absolutely stunning and amazing, and just like their normal shimmer quality, the mattes, on the other hand, were hideously inconsistent, for the most part unpigmented, did not want to blend, and did not want to play well with each other or by themselves. Was simply not a fun formula to work with, especially when in comparison to their other matte formulas, which are fantastic. The Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. It should be more aptly named the Tarte Shape Tape This Is Plaster on My Face foundation. The only thing hydrating about that foundation were my tears coursing down my face because my complexion had never looked worse than when I applied this foundation to my skin. It was awful, and they should honestly be ashamed. ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip. Not a particular one, just insert the whole formula right here. I'm very particular about my glosses. I like my glosses shiny, I don't like them gloopy, and when they say ultra glossy lip, they really mean like ultra mega 3000 x100 zero glossiness that has never been invented before, because these things were thick. They were glossy, but they were also just a congealed mass of unfortunate events on my lips. LA Girl, the ink eyeliner. Now, while other versions of this may be considered good, I will never know, because the one that I received, I was excited, it's affordable, I like a lot of products from LA Girl. Pulled it out of its little cap, placed it upon my eyelid for about half an inch, and then it completely ran out of ink. It would not go any further. And of course you're like, well, maybe it's just me. What am I doing wrong? So I pulled it out and was doing, nope, completely dry. The tip was awful. It broke off. All in all, a horrible experience. Hard Candy Fox in a Box blushes. Now, products that I put in parentheses is simply because they say there's something, when in reality, they're absolutely nothing like they're being advertised as. These were blushes, said to be illuminating, said to leave a lovely little whatever on your chickies. When really, it was just sort of a bunch of glitter kind of fifth down on top of like a chunk of sandpaper. Where I'd dig my brush around, and I'd dig it, and I'd be like, wow, there's a little bit of glitter, but no color, no beautifulness, no kiss of rosiness upon the apples of my face. A little bit of more parentheses. Elf Cosmetics Metallic Flare Highlighters. Now, before I dig into these, a couple of y'all have said, well, scrape off the top and that'll be it all good to go. But with how I'm feeling, I'm like, okay, these things are like $6. There is a myriad of affordable highlighters for $6 and under on the market that perform beautifully, that don't need to have the top scraped off of them. But not only did these perform absolutely pitifully, then the fact you have to scrape the top off it, are you even competing with anything else in the market that can perform like a dream without needing to be scraped off? No. No, you aren't. You are trash. Morphe! I mean, basically just insert entire brand here. That aside, the James Charles palette in specificity. I know a lot of people loved it. A lot of people raved about it. A lot of people, I mean, that thing was sold out like 12 million times. And I caved. I bought into the hype. I was like, you know what? I like me some bright colors. This thing is raved about. It's got like 4.9.2 stars. There's gotta be something good about it. No. It was awful. Colors were just, I mean, and any palette where you have to pull out the whole, well, the reason it's doing this is because it's actually this and you're using it wrong. It's like, what? I just absolutely hate it. Patchy, unpigmented, could not blend. The fact that it's associated with Satan. There are just a lot of things going wrong for that palette, and I'm just like, they're so bad. So bad. And I've had other Morphe eyeshadow. I had the 35B. I still have it. That thing performs 110 times better than this new and improved Unleash Your Inner Artist BS palette. Natasha Denona Tropic palette. Ah, yes. My first ever roast. Those were simpler times. Better times, really. But this palette, man, I mean, when you are I got it for $75 because Sephora was like, we ain't selling enough units of this thing. We got to put it on sale and we got to sell it to these people. And I was one of the schmucks that bought it. But when you are charging $129 for a palette, when you are charging $75 for a palette, I would expect the maths to be more than okay. I mean, okay is Too Faced and Urban Decay and Tarte. God tiers, superior tier would be Jeffree Star, Anastasia, Viseart, ColourPop. And when you got that, and you can't even make mattes that are like, yeah, these are good, these are great, these are wonderful. And then on top of that, when you make shimmers that are too hard pressed to be able to do practically anything, I just no. Flower Beauty holographic palette. Purchased this thing in hopes that it would be like their strobe and highlight palette, which is amazing. Formula was completely different. You know, it's not an awful product, but you know, compared to all the other things I've tried from Flower Beauty, it's definitely the worst. The highlighters weren't as creamy or as pigmented or as smooth, and then the two like holographic shades were just powdery. The packaging fell apart on camera, so that one was just a no for me. Milk Makeup Cream Stick Highlighters. Now, I understand these are kind of a cult product. A lot of people really like these, but I kind of like them. They were like, okay. But I put those things, I touched them onto my bare face and break out. Which I have enough skin problems without having to worry about like pimples all up in here. The dry skin is enough of a blessing. Thank you. And so because they broke me out, you know, on their own, they're okay and they're whatever. But the fact that they broke me out, I mean, that's kind of like, you have reached unfriend zone. And just to sort of round this out, the Pure Love Your Selfie eyeshadow palette. Now, while this palette isn't awful, it's also not that good. And from all the other things I've tried from Pure, although mostly complexion and skincare products, this one just fell pretty ding-dang flat for me on pigmentation, blendability, wearability. These were like the magical disappearing shadows. They'd put them on and they were like, hey! And then about an hour and a half later, it was like, poof! Which is not a cute look when you're needing your look to last more than 2 hours. But that is my list. It was honestly actually a lot harder than I thought, especially since you're like, okay, 20 bad products. You're like Too Faced, Urban Decay, Too Faced, Urban Decay, Kat Von D, you know, and then you have to like, oh, I need different brands. But definitely let me know what you think about these products are. If you love them, that's great. That's fantastic. Don't come for me, please. Girl got enough stress as it is. Definitely let me know something. I mean, you could let me. I mean, by all means, let me know 20 from 20 down below. Write me a long comment, by all means. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!